I come down from maybe 137 to get to 126, so we definitely have room to flex. We definitely could fluctuate from 140 all the way down to 126.
Will you change Lomachenko until you get your revenge?
Listen, stop asking me questions about Lomachenko. I'm not talking about him no more.
On the
So
subject
from here on out, anyone that's watching this video, if you ask me any more questions about Lomachenko, we're not talking about it.
On the subject of, Lee Selby's about to fight Josh Warrington in the big football stadium in Leeds in the north of England. We've got Carl Frampton in a massive fight with Anita.
Carl Frampton is definitely one of the fighters that's in my division that already mentioned in the interview that I'm one of the best fighters in the division. Carl Frampton is also one of the fighters in the division that was lined up to compete against me for the mandatory challenger spot. He lost on the scale. Now you got to understand the tactics to certain things. This is the fighter that came up from 122 to 126, and now you can't make weight. You lose on the scale by a pound. That automatically disqualifies you to compete against Mr. Gary Russell Jr. for the WBC World Title. It's definitely tactics that are being used. I'm willing to go wherever it is. If we need to go over there, ass whoopings are universal. It doesn't matter with me.
Let me ask you this: we're having a great super middleweight, cruiserweight WBSS tournaments over there that you'll be aware of. Should there be one for your division with the best 8 in the world? A tournament?
If it makes sense, if we can get any of these other guys in the ring that are world champions and is willing to make this fight happen, and the promoters and managers are willing to let their fighters get in the ring with Mr. Gary Russell Jr., let's make it happen.
Well, you've seen the Ring magazine has appointed George Groves #1 in their super middleweight division. He's in the tournament. You know what's happened to the cruiserweights in that tournament? The answer seems to be to find out who the #1 is to have these tournaments.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a great way to do it. And you have to understand, a lot of the managers and promoters and even the fighters aren't willing to enter themselves into this tournament because now there's no escape route. You got these guys, their livelihood is based upon their ability to perform and win. When they step in the ring with Mr. Gary Russell Jr., that's very slim.
We're drawing big crowds in the UK. We want to see you over there. Will you come over there and fight?
I would love to come over there and fight. Will you get any of your fighters from the UK to step in the ring with Mr. Gary Russell Jr., a Frampton or Lee Salisbury that we had conversations with before?
Love to see it.
I would love to see it.
Both brilliant matchups.
Of course.
They pay more over there too.
As Women's Universal, we're going to make it happen. It got to make sense.
Hey, Gary, who you got in the main event tomorrow night?
Thank you.
Cheers.
I got to go with the home team. Deontay Wilder was a good friend of mine. He was on the Olympic team with me in 2008 Olympic team. It was funny because me and him was the only fighters that was actually on the same floor. So I had a little more camaraderie and a little more friendship and bond with Deontay Wilder than I did a lot of the other fighters. So I'm definitely pulling for him.
Gary, a lot of talk about Jojo Diaz. What's the status?
I'm not sure. Golden Boy, like I told them before, Golden Boy is ready to feed him to the wolves. Open my cage and send him and push him in. Open my cage and push him in. We're ready. He's the mandatory. He works with the rankings to be the mandatory challenger for the WBC title. We're accepting all comers. We're accepting all challengers. We're meeting them at the door. If they want to make the fight happen, let's make it happen. We want to try to make it happen relatively soon, sometime in May, so we can hopefully get an opportunity to get a unification bout against Lee Salisbury and against Abner Mars and Mero Santa Cruz, or either Lee Salisbury and Frampton. One of the two.
What's going to make these guys step up and face you, because you are really one of the more avoided fighters in the sport? What's it going to take?
Heart. It takes heart. It's going to take heart, and it's going to take this. Heart and this. That's what it's going to take to get these guys to get in the ring.
Gary, are you looking for a homecoming fight down the future?
We had a homecoming fight. My last fight was against Oscar Escandon, strong competitor.
We took care of business real fast.
Yeah, well, it wasn't quick. We got him out in 7. We had to work hard. It was a very physical, draining fight. You had to push and be ready for the duration of the fight.
Was that a true test for you, or you feel like?
No, it wasn't a test. It wasn't a test. I feel as though he had more opposition than a lot of other guys that I competed against. I think that was the biggest thing. The bigger I think the better the competition is supposed to be, the easier the shit's gonna get.
Next week is Quig Valdez. Who do you like in that fight?
Say it again?
Next week is Quig Valdez. Who do you like in that fight?
Scott Quigg?
Yeah.
Quigg.
I honestly have no idea. I honestly don't watch TV much. I don't watch boxing much. I never seen the guy Scott Quick compete. You know, I never seen him fight. I never pay attention to fighters unless I line them up in my crosshairs. I like Oscar Valdez. He's another one of the champions. I believe he has the WBO. That's another champion, once again, that we're willing to step in the ring and get a unification bout with. We not running from nobody. Everybody's running. As long as I got this WBC strap, nobody can walk down the street. Nobody's safe. Apparently, I'm a gatekeeper.
So everybody's on your radar.
Everybody's on the radar. Everybody's on the radar. Anyone that's willing to step in the ring and put it on the line, let's make it happen.
Hey Gary, I know you said you don't watch TV much, but do you? Who would you say is the best pound for pound fighter in the world right now?
Gary Russell Jr.
Aside from Gary Russell Jr.
I can't give you an answer to that. I can't give you an answer to that. I can't give you an answer to that.
If you could just real quick reiterate, since there was a whole lot of noise, you know, what we talked about before, just go over one more time your reaction to what Abel Sanchez said about.
But say it, you got to repeat it.
Okay, yeah. Abel Sanchez said that black fighters, they have an unpleasing style. And since it's not so noisy in here now, I want you to kind of reiterate on what you said.
I think that it really makes no sense at all for them to make that. It goes back into a person's perspective, how they pretend to view things. Some people, as a fan, they want to see somebody get their eye knocked out their head and put it in and keep fighting and keep, you know, but they forget about the true science of the sport of boxing. Marcus of Queensberry means to hit and not get hit. You know, my father told me two fighters that has a war. It's two stupid fighters. That means it's two fighters that didn't have a plan B, that didn't have the ability to make the necessary adjustment to make the fight easier. You know, that's the difference. It's ways of being exciting without being reckless. I can't even think of the guy's name. I would mention your name again, but I forgot it already. You know, it's ways of being exciting without being reckless and taking unnecessary shots, getting hit upside the head, take 2 and 3 shots just to give one. That's not my style of fighting.
That's not really anybody's style. Even aggressive fighters be trying to block, right?
Try to block, you know. And I feel as though that a lot of people get a misconception of what they feel as though is, you know, entertainment. You know, it's levels to everything. Someone told me you have people in kindergarten, in elementary school, you have people in middle school, you have people in high school, you have people in college. And it's kind of difficult to talk to the college level students, you know, or it's kind of difficult to talk to the middle age students like you're talking to the college level students. They're just not going to grasp the concept, and I'm guessing this is the situation that the gentleman is having right now.
Abel Sanchez.
Abel Sanchez. Okay, that's his name.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's the situation that Abel Sanchez is going through. He's not fully grasping the concept of the sport of boxing. Marcus of Queensberry, to hit and not get hit. It's ways of being entertaining without being reckless.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time.
Thanks,
man. I
Gary.
appreciate it, man.